What a year it's been. What a fucking year it's been. Um, Definitely have a lot of stuff to reflect on this year. Um, I think this is the first video I've actually published on my channel with the garage in the background. And I guess that's one of the things we'll be talking about today. So I want to be this videos mainly for reflecting and for kind of just like going off of goals that I kind of set, rough goals and stuff that I didn't even think I was going to be able to hit. These are just ambitious ass goals, and the fact that I hit some of them is still kind of crazy to me. Yeah, so one of them definitely was a financial goal. So I work at Starbucks, I do DoorDash on the side, and I resell every now and then, but I'm honestly really awful at that. So to say I resell is kind of a gross understatement, but it's there. I've made a couple, like maybe a couple $100, nothing to write home about, but it is what it is. That's income, and I'm gonna take it. Along with that, I work at Starbucks. I'm comfortable sharing my income just because I don't make that much. Also, this fit looks kind of weird. It's because I'm wearing an undershirt, my pendant, and then this orange shirt, and then this Don't Trip hat. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Rest in peace, fucking MF Doom for fucking sure. That is just, this is beyond me. Rest in peace, Doom. Segundo. Alright, my glasses are dirty. It was, definitely income was one of them. Just improving my income and just getting that going. Which ironically, given a lot of unemployment, I remember seeing the TikTok about someone who's just like listing things off in terms of their goals, and it's kind of sad, it's kind of funny, everyone kind of sees it a little differently, but one of them was make more money, and they're like, oh, I've been unemployed since March. Like, I have been very fortunate to work for Starbucks, and I have had no drought of hours and time worked, and I'm just thankful that I still have a job and I work with some of the great people. When I had said earlier that I'm comfortable with sharing that income. I think last year I made around $14,000 from Starbucks, which, like I said, nothing to write home about. 14,000 is 14,000. Going into this year, my goal was to double my income at any means possible, and I made just like a hair under 23,000 this year. So didn't double it, but I definitely added 9,000 to it from Starbucks. Additionally to that, I'll say I added 500. So let's just have it at 23,500, and then I think DoorDash I made about 500 this year from DoorDash. So let's just say this year I made 24,000. So I made 24,000 this year. Last year I made 14,000. So I added 10,000. So definitely set the goal to double my income, and I fell short by another 4,000. So let's just say that the next goal is to, try to replicate the same, try to double the income. The other goal was this one. I want to see if I can get John on the phone for this one because it's kind of funny.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Sure. Well, something I told John was someone I trust is obviously someone I'm going to share a goal that I'm ambitious about, and it was to get a gold tooth for my celebration to graduate. And technically, like, I've already graduated. I could still do this next year and buy a gold tooth or a silver tooth or whatever. So I could just like do one of these. I don't know, why not? But obviously that one fell short because I have other financial priorities to put like ahead than a gold tooth. I also have debt, unfortunately, like most Americans. So that's not something I'm trying to do right now. I want to say my third goal going into this year. I wish I wrote these down last year, but it's cool. Um, was to travel more, and while unfortunately travel definitely didn't play out the way it did this year because of COVID, um, I still got to travel. I got to travel Spain, Madrid, Granada, Toledo. I didn't go to Barcelona. I went to Paris. And if I've told you this story and why I don't like Paris, it's a big fucking story. Let's just say it's a big one of these to Air France, and I don't know if I'll ever want to support Air France ever with my money, but yeah, that is something that obviously fell short. That was more of a goal set because of my sister, because she loved to travel and she got to travel a lot of Europe. Um, I definitely, made that goal while I was in Spain because I fell in love with it instantly, and I thought, you know what, maybe I will come back in the summer and I'll travel backpack Europe because I'll finish school in the summer, and as a like a treat to myself, I'll backpack Europe like in the month of August. Um, that I guess kind of streamlines us into the next goal that I wanted to set forth. But before that, I'll finish off just the goal of travel. And while yes, travel was the way it was given of COVID, um, I still got to go, like on drives here and there. So it was cool. I guess another goal of mine was to graduate college, and my goal was to graduate college in 3 semesters. Um, like 3 semesters from a transfer student. So I transferred in spring of 2019, and that would have been 2019, summer 19, fall 19, 20, spring 20, and then maybe a summer 20, but then pretty much have been like a spring grad finishing in the summer. That obviously didn't go to plan. I still took summer school. I had obviously implications with one of my senior classes, which I ended up taking in the fall along with the capstone, and that alone was definitely a good little challenge right there. But obviously 2020 was a time. Obviously 2020 was a trying year, and I still ended up finishing school. Something I'm proud of. It doesn't sound like it just because I'm a little tired. Ooh, I was coughing. So yeah, definitely a trying year, and yeah, just glad to be done with school. But the one thing I could say is that the extra time it took me, so I finished school in 5.5 years, um, with about $16,000 or $15,000 of debt, which is on average not that bad. So that's something to be like pretty proud of. Not proud, but it is what it is. You don't always get financial aid, especially with my circumstances. I grew up middle class, at least on paper I did. My family still obviously had to struggle, but given the circumstances and the cards I was dealt, I still think that 50,000 wasn't too bad. It's definitely something I can pay off like in a reasonable amount of time. I'm fortunate to be in that position, especially with the degree now. Along with that, I just made a lot of friends and connections, which is kind of the opposite effect of like given everything that's happening with COVID. So, yeah, I did that, and I'm happy about that. I was a part of a center for sales, so yeah, definitely something I'm proud of. I guess fourth one, which I guess in some people's eyes would have been the first, but it's cool with me. I bought a house. So I live in the garage, hence why you see the garage here. I would do a room tour. My room's a mess though, so I'm not gonna do that. I actually have a lot of footage. I have a lot of footage of everything, but I have a lot of footage of the move-in process. Maybe one of these days I'll post that, hopefully. Um, I've been wanting to post like videos in general of the process and of everything, just of a lot of things really, but school was always a priority, and school always took my time along with work and just trying to stay like financially viable to everything that I was like trying to commit to. So it's part of the reason why I just didn't really post as much and hoping to change that. Given a lot of the circumstances, but yeah, I bought a house. Really thankful for my agent. She's the one that really got me through it. A lot of the times I thought it just was never gonna happen, and thankful for my parents. They're the ones that really set up the foundation for this to really happen. Thankful, I guess I could be thankful for myself as well. Just I definitely, had a lot of mental fortitude to really like create during that time, and yeah, it was something tough to do, and I just didn't think it was gonna happen. I definitely had that goal in the back of my head, like buy property or do something with real estate, and I did not think this would happen. Not to be negative, just more realistic, and the fact that it happened is just it's crazy to me. I bought a house at 23, and well, yes, you can kind of like dissect it and break it down. Like, yes, he did, no, he didn't. We definitely, me, my agent, and my parents definitely did a lot of the work, and we made it happen. And that's something I'm proud of. That's something, like I said, doesn't look like I'm proud of it, but it's just kind of hard to show it on camera. Now to reflect on some of the goals that I kind of set and fell short on were financial goals such as like being debt free, which I mean was it was like unrealistic, given the fact that our current setting with Corona definitely did hinder a lot of the job market and a lot of possibilities that I probably could have taken in terms of like making income. I was just also in school. I also had a lot of pre-existing debt from the year before going into this year, and likewise this year going into next year, which is not something I'm proud of, and I'm sure a lot of Americans aren't proud of as well. So number one is definitely falling short on that goal. My second goal, I guess would definitely damn, now I should have written these down. Oh yeah, definitely second goal was making more like content, more videos, becoming more creative, taking more photos, which I took a lot of photos, but I don't feel like I really advanced with what I wanted to do creative wise. I feel like didn't push myself creatively. I kind of stayed within one like marker in terms of like my creativeness. Nothing really like outside the box. Which I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world. I definitely wish I produced more. There were definitely a lot of free times that I know that I could have done that, and just the ways that I'm mitigating that is just keeping an accountability journal, like for me personally, and kind of just going forward with that. I think third one was obviously finishing school in spring, which I already spoke about that, and like I'm proud that I graduated, but definitely would have been nice to graduate on that time frame that I had wanted to, but that alone as well was unrealistic. It was unrealistic, especially given my major. It's hard to get classes for, and I think part of the shortcoming for that one was I believe I don't remember if I was dropped from my classes and had to re-sign up for my classes or not. I feel like that might have been the case. I remember there was a circumstance, or I might have signed up for classes a little too late in terms of like hours wise. I might have signed up for classes 12 hours too late. I do recall that actually no, this is fall irrelevant, But yeah, so definitely the graduation thing was a little too ambitious as well, which is fine. Third one would have been, unless that was my third or fourth one, was to get another car. Which I mean, I did. I got a certain fixer upper that I will talk about and reveal at a different time. I got the one for free. I already had my 2010 Honda Civic Hybrid. That's my beater. I technically got that one back, so now I'm back to 3 cars. And then I got my Civic Si 2015 last year in summer 18, which is a story within itself as well. I got those 3 cars now. Two of them are paid off. The 15 is still on payments. Luckily, I got the one at a credit union, so I got a good deal on that one. A very good deal. Crashed it last November. Was fixed. Got it back in February, so we're good. My little race car is cool. But I was definitely making ambitious goals, like maybe getting another M3, not another, getting an M3, or getting a beater, or getting a truck. The M3, in retrospect, actually, in my thoughts right now, was probably for next year, and I'm mixing it up. I'm a little scatterbrained right now. However, the project car and the truck are 2 things that I was actually trying to get. I was trying to get an Isuzu Hombre, which I probably could have gotten for about 800 or 700 or under 1,000. That didn't end up happening. And then the beater fixer-upper, I technically did buy, actually, or I technically did get, now that I think about it, but I was trying to get one off of Copart. Was it Z3? Fell through. Another Z3 fell through. An Isuzu Hombre again fell through. So certain goals that I set and then yeah, that's all I got.